Hello everyone, welcome back to Spectrum Classes. In this video, we are going to determine the sulfate ions using conductometric titration, and the titration is of precipitation titration. In this lab activity, I am just going to titrate barium chloride against H2SO4 solution. And here this titration is also known as determination of sulfate ions using barium chloride solution conductometrically. And the glasswares required for this titration are beaker, measuring flask, burette, conical flask, and conductivity bridge. The chemicals required are barium chloride solution, and I have taken H2SO4 solution for this particular titration, but instead of H2SO4 you can use sodium sulfate or magnesium sulfate or any other sulfate which is soluble in water. Right now the reaction which is going to be happen in this particular titration is barium chloride on reaction with H2SO4, it forms barium sulfate and 2HCl is formed. So I have taken barium chloride in the beaker and H2SO4 in the burette. So here is barium chloride and in the burette it is H2SO4. You can do reverse also. The H2SO4 concentration which I have taken here is N by 50 H2SO4 solution, and the barium chloride dihydrated solution I have prepared 0.02 normal solution, right? And I am going to determine the concentration. Here we are getting the precipitate formation. Now we are going to see the lab activity which is going to be happen over there. So here in this beaker I have taken 25 ml of barium chloride dihydrated solution and its initial reading is 1.742 millisiemens, right? And in the burette I have filled H2SO4 solution whose concentration is N by 50. Now we are just going to add our H2SO4 1 ml each time, and we are going to record the conductance value. Right, so here I have added 1 ml of H2SO4 to this barium chloride solution, and I am going to record the conductance value. So the conductance value on addition of H2SO4 is 1.695. Here in this titration I am just going to tell you that this is a precipitation kind of titration, therefore you need to give sufficient time to settle down the precipitate so that we are getting the appropriate results. Actually in this precipitation titration the results are not settled very quickly. So just to save the time I have just added up to 14 ml of H2SO4 to this, and I have recorded their conductance values. Now on further addition I am just going to record the conductance values, right? So there is some problem with the video, so I am just getting disturbed picture. I hope you will manage it. Up to 25 ml I have added 1 ml each time, and I have just recorded the readings. Fine. And after that, since according to the normality equation, I suppose for there is a 1:1 relationship, but in this case against 25 ml I have just titrated up to 50 ml because I just want to see the change in the conductance values, because my conductance values are almost stable after 13 ml of H2SO4 addition, right? So maybe it may change, so I just gone through up to 50 ml of H2SO4 solution. So here you can see this is 25 ml, and the readings I am going to show you here. So from the lab activity we are getting this kind of results. So volume of H2SO4 added is this, and conductivity recorded I have shown in my notebook also, and on the basis here you can see. So up to 33 I continued my titration, and here you can see the constant values of this conductivity value, and after 33 here you can see I have just increased the volume randomly just to get whether on addition of further H2SO4, maybe the conductivity increases, but the conductivity didn't increase, right? So this is the end result. Here is the graph, this kind of graph I get. Now we are going to do the calculation using this result, and here is the end point, I suppose, and you can see the value 13 ml at this end point, right? So now we are moving towards the PPT and we will do the calculation. This kind of graph we have get from this titration, right? And on the x-axis we are having volume of H2SO4 added, and on the y-axis we are having conductance in millisiemens, right? Now we are going to determine the endpoint. Since we are getting this kind of graph, so we just extrapolate lines at the intersection point. We are just going to drop a perpendicular on the x-axis and we determine the volume at that point, right? So volume which I have measured over there is about 13 ml, right? So this is the end point which we considered over there. And now I'm just going to show you this kind of graph we are getting, since we are going to suppose the conductance should be increased over there, but I didn't get the increase in so there may be reason, I'm not pretty sure about this. So H plus ion, since the conductance depends on the ionic mobility and the concentration. So here the ionic mobility for this H plus ions, where the units are this, and ionic mobility is the multiple of 10 raised to the power minus 8. So for H plus it is this, and Cl minus SO4 2 minus, but I didn't get the ionic mobility value of barium plus 2, and 2 chloride ions are replaced by 1 sulfate ion. So the conductance of barium chloride, which is at higher value, that is going to be decreased, because initially here we are having 3 ions, Ba2 plus 2Cl minus, but on addition of H2SO4 these Cl2 minus ions are replaced by 1 sulfate ion. So barium sulfate is formed, which is insoluble in water, and it forms precipitate in the titration vessel, and the formation of HCl is taking place over there. So the conductance value initially decreases. After the end point it should increase, but I didn't get any increase in the conductance value. The molar ionic conductance at infinite dilution, I have gathered from the literature that these are having values like this, and with the multiple of 10 raised to the power minus 4. So sulfate ions having more ionic conductance value as compared to the Cl minus, and therefore we are going to assume that it should increase, but it is not increasing at all in my case. I am not pretty sure. If you get some other results, please mention in the comment section, so that other of the viewers will get benefited over there. The reason which I get from the Glaston book, it is given that cannot be determined accurately through conductometric titration, because the precipitate formed over there, they may absorb the further titrants on their surface. Therefore, the ionic conductance value may not change. That may be the reason, right? Apart from that, I am just going to tell you that I have seen one of the titration results of Na2SO4 with BaCl2. They get this kind of results only, right? Now the calculation part. So calculation can be done by this normality equation, and here in this case the normality of H2SO4 is n by 50, means 0.02 normal, and the volume consumed of H2SO4 is 13 ml at the end point. So volume of barium chloride, initially I have taken 25 ml. So I have written over there 25 ml of barium chloride solution, normality of H2SO4 is 0.02 normal, and the volume of H2SO4 consumed is 13 ml. On solving this, I just get normality of the barium chloride solution is this much, but I have prepared 0.02 normal solution, so there may be some errors, or there may be some impurities present in the salt. So whatever be the reason, I didn't get what I prepared, right? So this is the end result, And if you want to determine the concentration in grams per liter, so you multiply it with the equivalent weight of sulfate ions, which is about 48 grams per equivalent, right? So in that manner you will get the answer in grams per liter answer, right? So I hope you find this video helpful. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you all. Thanks for watching.